is our topic. And in our previous class, we discussed some of the documents we use in transacting business. We talk about buying and selling, and we discuss a few documents, about 7 documents used in buying and selling. Today we are going to concentrate on calculation of turnover and net profits. But I cannot go into this without telling you what all this means, because that will help us to derive our turnover and our net profits. We'll talk about purchase, we'll talk about sales, gross profit, expenses, and then we'll talk about net profits. Now, what is purchase? Purchase is that product, that goods that a seller buys in order to resell to final consumers to make profits. He buys these goods, he purchases these goods in order for him to sell out to others. That's purchase. The act of buying of goods in order to sell out to others to make profit. And then we'll go to sales. Sales has to do with, after you have purchased, you want to sell out these products, these goods, to your buyers, to your consumers, to your customers. And in doing this, there is no way a buyer purchases a product. Let's say he purchases a product at 5,000 naira. There's no way he purchases this product at 5,000 naira and then we sell it again at 5,000 naira. That means he's not making business. He sells again at that price. No, he's not making business. So if he is into business and he is ready to do business the way business ought to be, while selling, he adds his own profits. Let's say he gets this product at 5,000 and he sells. He purchases at this price and sells at 6,000 naira. The markup, we call that markup, is 1,000. 1,000 becomes his markup. 1,000 naira becomes his markup. That's to say what he added up to his purchase price. To a layman, you will say he has made profits. To a layman, you will say the businessman or the businesswoman have made profit of 1,000. But is it really true that he has made profit of 1,000? Of course not, he has not. Because in the process of buying and purchasing, he incurred expenses. And so how do we calculate this? So we have seen sales to be, after purchase, what you sell to your final consumers. And after that, we'll talk about gross profit. It is the amount of purchase minus what you sold. Your sales minus your cost of goods sold. That's to say, what did you buy? At how much? Let's say you bought a product at 100 naira and you sell at 150 naira. Your gross profit now means 50 naira, because this is what you have added to your sales. So sales minus cost of goods sold. Sales minus cost of goods sold is your gross profits. What did you sell? And what is the cost of goods sold? Minus that from your purchases, and you have your gross profits. Then what about expenses? In the process of carrying out business, you incur expenses. There are expenditures incurred. You went to Onitsha to get your goods. After buying from your seller, say a product costs 100 naira to buy from your seller, You will add the costs of transporting it. You ate there. You did other things along the line. All of these are added to the cost of that product, and then you will sell. The expenditure incurred is what we call expenses, overhead costs that is gathered from your purchase. What is the overhead cost? What is the expenses incurred in purchasing this particular product? So next we're going to talk about the net profit. How we can get our gross profit. Sales minus cost of goods sold will give us our gross profit. Now how do we get our net profit? Net profit is your gross minus overhead costs. When explaining expenses, when explaining this point, expenditures, I told you that in the process of purchase and sales, there are costs that are incurred. It can be transportation, it can be other costs incurred, carriage, packaging. These are costs that can be incurred in the process of purchase and sales, because there is a link. You buy, you want to sell. There are activities that have to be carried out for you to be able to sell. And so at your buying point, you incur costs. At your selling point, you incur costs. Because you're taking it to your final consumers, you will incur costs in the process. That cost is what you will remove from your gross profits. Remember, your gross is your sales minus your cost of goods sold. And now the net profit is this gross minus all expenses incurred. When you calculated your gross, there was no reduction, no removal of expenditure. You just calculated raw and saw your markup, what you added to make your profits. But in net profit, here is where you got the actual. You are going to remove your cost of goods sold from your sales, and then you're going to remove your expenditure, your overhead costs, cost of getting this thing to final consumers. Then you have your net profits. That's how we calculate our net profits. Then finally, on our class today, turnover. How many times do I restock my shop? How many times do I restock my products? If I stock every month, that's to say in a year I stock 12 times. If I stock every 2 months, that's to say in a year I stock 6 times. And so the rate of turnover is the number of times stock is turned over, which is total purchase. What did I purchase? The number of times stock is turned over. If I purchase this product at 12,000 and I stock it 4 times a year, that's to say I have stocked it 12,000 times 4 times. And if in this process, my first time I made 3,000, my second time I made another 3,000, my fourth time I made 4,000, and my fourth time I made 3,000. I'm going to add up this. 6 is here. This is 10. This is 13. So I'm going to add 13 minus divided by 4. This will give me how much I have made as turnover of the business per stock in period, because I have to get the average. So if I stock in my product 4 times a year, I must have done turnover 4 times a year, and that can help me calculate my profit. Of each time I turn over, how much did I make? Each time I turn over, how much did I make? That's how you calculate your turnover. Total purchase divided by the number of times stock is turned over. So we have seen how we can calculate our net profit and our turnover. Our net profit is our gross minus our costs of carrying and other things, which is overhead costs that comes from sales and purchase. And then turnover, how many times did I stock, how much profit did I make over this period, divided by the number of stock period. That gives me my total profit per stock. This is our class for today. I hope this will help you in your business. You'll be able to calculate your gross, your net, and your turnover. And you will be able to know what is purchase, sales, gross profit, expenditure, and net profits. It was nice having you here. Please drop by our website, Class Online School. If there are subjects or topic you did not find on the channel, go to the website. You will see this topic. You can purchase these courses for just a token, and you'll find benefit for work here. Share our videos if you have not been sharing it. Tell your fellow students about Class Online School. If there is any suggestion you want to make below the comment box. We will be glad to implement as much as we can. And if you have questions, ask below the comment box. Thank you for dropping by. Until I come your way next time, thank you for being our community.